Welcome back. You're still tuned into Midcap Radar on CNBC-TV18. Well, let's focus on the commercial real estate segment. Government last year proposed the development of Enterprises and Services Hub Bill, which is the DESH Bill, with an aim to remove restrictions around businesses under SEZs, that is the Special Economic Zones. To decode what are the provisions of this bill, how will this impact the commercial real estate demand and vacancies as well, because a lot of these commercial real estate players have been talking about this bill impacting occupancies. We are now joined by Badal Yagnik, who's the CEO at Colliers India, joining us. Mr. Yagnik, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, for the ease of our viewers, if you can explain how is this bill different from the SEZ bill? How is it impacting the commercial real estate business?
So thank you. First of all, see what is happening. If you look at the sector per se, the commercial real estate sector is close to about 690 odd million square feet. In this, close to about 25%, which is about 175 million square feet, is in the SEZ development. Now, when we look at the SEZ and the DESH bill, primarily what the developers are looking for and the occupiers are looking for is basically the denotification of the SEZ for use as a normal commercial real estate. If you look at, the SEZs, the vacancy levels are close to around 19%, 19. Should this, and all these SEZs are located in good areas, so should this hindrance go off, you would see the 19% vacancy come down to what normal vacancies in the single digits. So it will augur well for the occupiers as well as the developers.
So, okay, so if this bill does get proposed and so it has already been proposed, but if it does get passed by the parliament, you think that will be positive for the commercial real estate sector?
Absolutely. As far as if this bill gets introduced, the way it is shaped up, definitely it's going to have a big boost to the commercial real estate players, and especially the REIT players also, because the REIT players, they hold together, the three REITs hold together close to about 78.5 million square feet. And, they hold up, overall vacancies in these parks are better because these development is better. So close to about 12% odd vacancies are there in these REIT players. So these will be the first ones to go off the market, because the quality of construction, the campuses, as well as the locational advantage. So the DESH bill will augur well for basically commercial real estate as well as for the REIT players.
Okay, so that is something that most of the REIT players and DLF spoke to us as well. They said their vacancies in SEZ area is much higher than non-SEZ, and they are awaiting the DESH bill as well. Does it in any way, first of all, what is the contention? Why is it not getting passed? Because it was proposed in 2022. Is there something that you think would be a problem for it to get passed, or will it be passed with some tweaks than what was earlier suggested?
So it's basically a policy decision between the government, where everybody is waiting for this bill now. It's been a long time, since 2022, that the entire world, the commercial real estate world, is waiting for this, and we just need to see as to how the the ease of doing business would help ease of doing business in the commercial real estate.
Okay, so basically, is there any chance of it getting approved sooner in the parliament? I'm sure these big players would have approached, made representations, because as you said, 19% of the vacancies in SEZ is held back only because of this bill not getting passed.
Absolutely, there's been a lot of representation from all industry bodies, as well as from all these REIT players, and there is serious discussion going on. Hopefully, we will see some development, and that's what we've been hearing, that it will be sooner than later that we will have this bill tabled and passed in the parliament.
Will there be any impact on pricing as vacancies come down?
Where? Sorry.
Will there be any impact on commercial real estate pricing?
See, the pricing per se, I would say the pricing per se has been pretty much robust to the non-SEZ spaces. So the SEZ space and the non-SEZ space does not have a price differential. But certainly the CBD, the Central Business District vacancies in most of the markets is tight. We are hovering at about lower single digits in most of the markets. And these SEZs are there in all core markets. So we'll definitely see a lot of occupiers preferring this, and we'll see this 19% vacancies in the SEZ space drastically come down in the lower single digits. So yes, there will be space taken. Price appreciation, difficult because it's a play of the market, because you also have a competing non-SEZ space in the market.
Yes, so I was going to come to the non-SEZ space because we did see some vacancies during COVID. Are we back to pre-COVID levels when it comes to vacancies?
Absolutely. I think so. The overall India vacancies, SEZ, non-SEZ space is hovering at about 15 to 16%. Peripheral markets have always been, the outlier where the vacancy levels are above 20%. But if you see the demand, the post-COVID demand has come back. 2022 was a good demand where we saw close to about 50 to 55 million square feet absorption. And now this year again, we are seeing the same momentum. So to say, yes, the sentiment, the demand is back. And the issue is that we don't have quality real estate available in the core markets.
Oh, okay. All right. So back to 55 to 60 million square feet in terms of absorption. So that's, of course, a big number because COVID, we were seeing around 30 to 35 million square feet as well.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for joining us today and explaining all of the aspects of the DESH Bill and how it would impact commercial real estate and especially REITs as well. These stocks have been underperforming for multiple reasons. One was the tax impact that had come by where one of the components was getting taxed. And second was this DESH Bill because it's anticipated and it hasn't come by. So that's been impacting the real estate the REIT prices as well this time.
People are just waiting for, the transition to the new DESH Bill before they sign on, leasing on their property. But let's move on.